Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Debbie from Debbie's World and this is one of my Vlogtober vlogs, and today I'm doing another Slimming World recipe and it is using the Spicentice Nacho Style Feast kit. The actual kit is free on Slimming World, although there is one ingredient which if you choose to use it will have sins, but we'll get into that later. Don't forget I do have a discount and affiliate code for Spicentice, which is DBF20. If you quote that you will get 20% off your order, and I get a few pennies if you use my discount code, but that is completely up to you. But I do find these so useful, so quick and easy, and they add a real lot of flavour. And please do excuse the washing machine in the background. So let's get started and find out what we need to make Spicentice Nacho Style Feast. And if you don't have Spicentice kits, I do have another Nacho Style Feast recipe on my channel, and I will try and remember to link that below. Anyway, so the first thing that you need is 300 grams of lean minced meat or Quorn. For Slimming World, you'd need to make sure it said 5%, less than 5% fat for it to be free on the plan. I have 400 grams of extra lean beef steak mince from Muscle Food, and this was in my Sinfully Free hamper, which they sent to me, and I will also link that below if anybody is interested in buying the Muscle Food products. And it was it's Irish mince, so that's nice. So I've got 400 grams there, and the recipe says 300, but I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine, especially as I like to make my recipes stretch to 3 or 4 portions. Then we need 2 garlic cloves. I'm just going to use some frozen garlic, a medium onion finely chopped, a red pepper diced, a can of chopped tomatoes, a tablespoon of tomato puree, a tablespoon of tomato ketchup, so this would have sins. This particular one is 50% less sugar and salt, and a tablespoon has half a sin, so I shall see how many portions I get out of it, and I'll probably count half a sin for my portion today and then count the rest as free. Normal ketchup is usually 1 sin a tablespoon, so yeah, some ketchup. Fry light, which is just for frying your mince. Baking potatoes to make wedges, which we'll get onto later, and then afterwards you can add your cheese, which would probably be your healthy extra A, some jalapenos, sour cream if you want to, or you could use natural yogurt, and the Spicentice Nacho Style Feast spices. Right, so let's get the vegetables chopped. So what the recipe advises you to do is, if you're cooking your wedges at the same time as your mince, is to peel and chop your wedges and get them in the oven. I'm actually making this mince on Sunday morning, and I'm just preparing this bit first. And I'll do my chips in my Actifryer later. But what you need to do for your potato wedges is heat the oven to gas mark 4 or 180 and chop potatoes into wedges. Place on a baking tray and drizzle with olive oil or local spray. Sprinkle over 1/3 of the sachet of the nacho spices and season with salt. And then bake your wedges for 30 or 40 minutes. Well, I'm actually going to do mine in the Actifry, and I'm going to do them later when Andrew's back from work. So this is just preparing the mince part of the mixture. So as you can see, I'm just chopping my peppers and onions. using my Briefton's quick push chopper, which I absolutely love. It was from Amazon. Andrew bought it for our wedding anniversary. And there you go, you've got finely chopped peppers and onions. Next, what you want to do is take a large frying pan and spray with fry light, or use your oil. If you're using oil on Slimming World, you'll have to count it, and it says to fry the onion off first, but I'm putting onion and peppers, and I'm going to fry those for about 5 minutes. And I'm also going to add some of my frozen garlic. That'll do, that's about 2 cloves worth. So that will fry down nicely, and then I think we add the meat afterwards. My onions and peppers have been cooking for about 5 minutes or so, and then we need to add our mince. And what we need to do is break this up a bit and cook this for about 10 minutes. Now my mince is broken up a bit. As I say, what we need to do is pop a lid on and cook it for about 10 minutes. Right, before I forget, the ingredients in the Nacho style feast are cumin, chili, smoked paprika, oregano, onion, garlic, thyme and black pepper. I'll just cut that open. My mince has been cooking for about 10 minutes. I'm now going to add my tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, or to me just a shake. Then a tablespoon of tomato puree, so I'll give this tomato puree a good couple of squeezes. There we go, that will do nicely. And then we want a tablespoon of tomato ketchup. So because this ingredient is thinned, I'm just going to measure it. That will do nicely for half a tin. And then you want usually you would have used some of your Nacho spices in your wedges, but actually I've put all of them in 100 ml of water as directed, and I'm going to add that to my mince. And give it a good stir. It's taken that water quite nicely actually. I'll bring that to the boil. Yes, it smells like Nacho Feast, so it smells very similar to the one I made without the Spicentice pack. That's nicely combined now. So once we've got it boiling, we then want to simmer it for another 5 to 10 minutes with the lid on. There we go, we've got the boil. So I'll turn it back down again, put the lid on and leave it for another 10 minutes or so. That has now been cooking for another 5-10 minutes or so, I'm just going to put into two little pots, two little oven friendly pots. I'm just going to split it for me to warm through later when I've cooked the wedges. So I will catch up with you later on this afternoon. I'm getting hungry now, so we are just putting our chips on. Andrew's having a chip butty and I'm having some chips with my Nacho style feast, which is as it should be served. As I explained earlier, you can do these in the oven, and if you're wanting to do it all at the same time, here, put the chips on before you start the mince. Yeah, so we've got the chips in the Actifry, and because Andrew's having these, we won't be adding the spices, but the instructions do say to add about a third of the Nacho style feast spice mix to the chips, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of flavour in my mince. Go on. You just want to dry the chips back with a tea towel and spray with a bit of fry light, and then in the Actifry they take about 25-30 minutes. Chips are done and I've just arranged them around the side of my mince, and then I've topped it with 35 grams of lighter cheese and a few chili flakes. You could add your jalapenos if you want to. I'm just going to pop it under the grill for a few minutes until the cheese has melted. And there is my Spicentice Nacho style feast with wedges and melted cheese with a few chili flakes. I will come back on and let you know what I think to it. Reporting on the Spicentice Nacho style feast. Really nice. Really enjoyed it. It's got a kick. Certainly gives mince a real flavour and a bit of a kick. But I really enjoyed it, and I've got 3 portions out of that. You probably could have got 4 if you stretched it a bit further, but I wanted it to be quite filling. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and if you like that type of thing, then please try it out, and don't forget my code for Spicentice, which is DBF20, for 20% off your order. Thank you for watching.